はい、それでは早速スカイキャプテンワールド・オブ・トゥモロー、本日のスペシャルゲストの皆さんの登場です。まずはジョン・アブネットプロデューサーからよろしくお願いします。
Mr. John Avnet, a few words from you, please.
6 years ago, Kerry Conran on my right showed me a 6-minute black and white video cassette that he did in his garage. Based on that exceptional presentation, we started work on this movie, and we're fortunate to have Gwyneth Paltrow and Jude Law join us, along with Angelina Jolie, in this amazing experience called Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow.
Konnichiwa. I'm very happy to be here in your beautiful city of Tokyo. It's a pleasure to be here. I love the city very much, and I'm hoping that you're going to like the film. We're very proud of it, and I hope you all enjoy it.
First of all, thank you for having us here. It's an honor to be a part of the film festival. It's a thrill to be in Tokyo. It's my first time here. It's a beautiful city. I hope to have a chance to kind of visit a little bit longer. And again, we're terribly proud of the film and hope you enjoy it.
はい、それではですね、早速お話を伺っていきたいと思うんですが、まずはグイネス・パルトローさん、よろしくお願いします。日本酒がお好きという噂を聞いたんですが。
Yes, Japanese food is my favorite kind of food, and I eat it many times a week, and I cook it as best I can in my home. So it's nice to be in Japan and eat the real thing. Well, my favorite things I would have to say are salmon teriyaki and agadashi tofu. She was a fantastic character to play. She's very sneaky and smart and glamorous and cunning and complicated and romantic. She's a lot of very wonderful qualities wrapped up in one woman.
A lot of it had to do with sort of the way I was raised and kind of grew up with my brother Kevin, who was the production designer in the film. And we had a great affinity for comic books of the 30s and 40s in particular. And we found, and this film was an opportunity to kind of bring those to life in a way that you'd never seen before. I've just sort of recently sort of rediscovered sort of Japanese animation in a way, and just saw kind of probably within the last month Castle in the Sky. And it does, we certainly share similarities. I think to some extent we probably were influenced by some of the same sorts of things. I think the great thing about it is that sort of it's opened up my eyes now to sort of another whole new perspective and a whole new world. And it's some of the most creative and inventive imagery and filmmaking, I think, that's being done today. So yeah, I'm a great big fan, and it is an influence.
And one last thing, this is the third trip that I've made on films to Tokyo. First was for Fried Green Tomatoes, the second was for, it was called Anchorman here, and I've never been at the Tokyo Film Festival, and I think for Kerry and for Gwyneth and myself, we're very proud to be here, and we very much hope you enjoy the film.
I think you will expect to see lots of action and adventure and romance and robots. And I, too, hope you enjoy the film. We are very, very honored to be included in the Tokyo Film Festival. And thank you so, so much for having us.
Well, I think, we all tried to do something a little bit different with this film, and I certainly was very lucky to have, John and Gwyneth in particular take such a chance on something that was sort of an experiment going into it. And so I hope you enjoy sort of just the effort that went into it to sort of bring you something that you've never maybe seen before. And again, it is a thrill to be here, and I hope you enjoy the film.
はい、どうもありがとうございました。盛大な拍手をお願いします。では大変お待たせいたしました。早速皆さんからご挨拶をいただきたい たいと思います。
Thank you very much for having me here. I'm sorry my flight didn't get me in on time for last night, but I'm here now and very excited to be here.
Wonderful to be here. I'm having a fantastic time in your beautiful country. And thank you very much for the lovely reception.
It's a thrill to be here, and I'm happy to be in your city. It's been beautiful.
We're all very, very happy to be here. We're very happy to screen Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow for you last night for the first time in Japan. And it's a great feeling for all of us to have an opportunity to speak with you this morning. Thank you.
You know, I think my memory of working on this film breaks down into three very clear kind of experiences. One was best described, I remember, by Gwyneth when she commented that it was like going back to being a child and play acting in a playground or in a bedroom where a chair is a horse and the bed is the ocean, and everything is in your imagination. And there were days when that was very much the case. I certainly remember sitting on two blue boxes with Gwyneth holding the steering wheel, and that was all there was of this car, and us just sitting here doing this. And it was like going back to being a child, And then there are other days when we had a big scene, more often than not, big scenes between the two of us. And, there were terrific characters. We had terrific characters and wonderful banter for us to play off. And, Gwyneth is a wonderful actress. So there were days also when it was like performing theatre, literally, because it didn't matter that there was nothing around us. We had, eye contact and engagement and great text, and that was a joy. And then there were other days when it was kind of insane, and it just seemed like the whole day was spent moving an orange spot up a blue wall until we got the right height of a robot, and then it was a case of whether we were reacting big or small. So three very different kind of experiences that were scattered throughout the whole shoot.
I think I walk a lot with the baby. I walk for hours every day pushing the pram, and I do yoga. So I think that those two things combined have helped me get back in shape.
Well, I think the influences that probably had the most to do with the look of the film were the comic book artists of the 30s and 40s. And that with a little bit of probably early German cinema mixed in, the work of Fritz Lang, for instance.
Jude was the first person that we cast, and I had seen his work for many years, and I had worked with Carrie for about 2 years on the screenplay. And when I suggested Jude to Carrie, Carrie thought it was a joke because he was unsure that an actor of Jude's stature would be interested in this small experimental film that Carrie was working on. And one of the main reasons was because Jude, as someone asked before, had a lot of theatrical experience, had worked on stage before. And because we were going to film on a blue screen, and because Carrie, this was his first film, we both thought it would be great to have an actor of enormous experience and enthusiasm as well. And Jude became sort of our leader on the stage. Gwyneth I had known when she was a very young actress, before she had become as accomplished and as recognized as she is. And both Gwyneth and Jude seemed to be completely believable in the period of 1939. And as you may have noticed, Gwyneth wears clothes pretty well. And this was an opportunity for her to work with Stella McCartney, who designed her wardrobe, and create a character from the outside and the inside. And again, Carrie, I think, could speak to his experience in working with the actors, but those were the things that we were thinking when we approached them. And we were so, so grateful that they supported Carrie in his first movie.
はい、どうもありがとうございました。
Thank you very much.
スカイキャプテンのチームに盛大な拍手をお
Thank
送り
you
ください。
very
Thank you so
much
much.
for coming today.
ありがとうございました。どうぞお戻りください。Thank you. Thank you so much. ありがとうございました。さあ、そしてどうも、クリスさんありがとうございます。